move over because I can have my picture.
It's important that we send our blessings and condolences to the people of Japan. It is important that we give the utmost praise and celebration to these fighters. These fighters are the essence of our sports. Without these fighters, I have no one to manage. Without these fighters, the promoters have no one to promote. Without these fighters, the content on the network go aside. That's why it angers me at times that so many people are critical of Andre Berto and Victor Ortiz. These gentlemen are champions not only outside of the ring, but inside of the ring. Most of us would crumble at the face of the adversities that they must look at on a daily basis. Bless the people in your country also. And Victor Ortiz, a young man who had to come from nothing, from the foster care program to become the #1 contender of the world. By the mere fact that they have reached here, they should be applauded and celebrated.
What happened in Japan is a tragedy of proportions that's unthinkable. And what's going on right now, the fear, what's going on with the nuclear plants, it's just horrendous. The WBC President Jose Sulaiman called me this morning. They're undertaking some fundraising efforts for Japan Aid. We're going to work something in with this promotion that we'll announce later in terms of helping out. I think what we're probably going to do is a Berto Ortiz t-shirt with proceeds going to Japanese women.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. It's nice to be back in New York. I want to thank everybody for coming out. We're going to have a great event April 16th. We've put in a lot of work so far. We got a long ways to go. A lot of help on our side. Andre Berto's brother, Cleveland Berto, has been helping us out in the strength and conditioning in the last 3 or 4 fights now, Cleve. So it's Cleveland. Thank you very much, Cleve. Couldn't do it without the support of everybody. HBO, Kerry, Al Heyman, Golden Boy, Dave. Thanks, Lou. Thanks, everybody. I think it's going to be a great fight. I know what we're ready for. I hope they're ready for. I think Victor's making a big step coming into the 47. I think, I applaud him for that. I think he's a very talented fighter. I think that a lot of people don't give Victor his just due. If you watch Victor's fight, Victor's hurt everybody. And I know what Victor is capable of doing, so we will be ready on April 16th. I appreciate everybody coming out, and we will be victorious. Thank you.
I'd like to thank you for giving me a shot. It's going to be a great fight. But it wasn't until just this past last fight, it was one of those things where it kind of just, it hit me. I was kind of upset at the fact that, I worked hard. I've always worked hard, and I still do all the time. It was one of those things where, in the end, I felt like a piece of gum on the bottom of somebody's shoe. I was just like, all right. So that's what I am. So, all right. I'm glad to know that. So I just kind of said to myself, hey, it's my turn. I know I'm against some tough opposition. Andre Berto's no chump. He's a champion for a reason. Matter of fact, they've called him the best pound for pound. And I've heard. But April 16th, I'm changing that. I became very hungry. I'm tired of all this. He's got no heart. He's got no balls. He's got no whatever. I could go. The list goes on and on and on and on. At the end of the day, look, I'm not scared to challenge anyone. I'm not scared to get in the ring with anyone. I'm ready for it all. So April 16th, I'm taking that win home. Thank you.
You don't have any idea how hard I've tried and Al Heyman's tried to get him the biggest fights out there. But Bob Arum doesn't want any part of Andre Berto with Manny Pacquiao. And Bob Arum doesn't want any part of Cotto with Manny Pacquiao. And Bob Arum doesn't want any part of anybody is under a promotional contract with Andre Berto. And that's the reality. And all of a sudden, it's funny, Mike Jones was offered this fight twice. We wouldn't have fought Freddie Hernandez. Exactly. Who was right? We would not have fought Freddie Hernandez if Mike Jones wasn't afraid. And Russell Peltz's promoter wasn't afraid. And Bob Arum knows that Mike Jones turned this fight down, and we have to listen to Mike Jones, Mike Jones, Mike Jones. A guy who lost to Soto Carras, and then in the second fight ran backwards every round and just took a decision that was one of the least compelling fights I've ever seen in my life. And I promise you something. This is a better fight, a more difficult fight, because if Mike Jones runs backwards against Andre Berto, he's going to wind up flat on his back. And that's what he would do, run backwards, because that's how he fights. This young man to my left fights, he actually fights. He comes forward and he fights. And he can punch, and there are two guys here that are going to come forward and punch and try to hurt each other. And what's going to wind up happening is, when that happens, the better fighter, the champion, is going to wind up asserting himself, and Andre Berto is still going to be the undefeated welterweight champion of the world. So I'd like to bring up the undefeated welterweight champion of the world, Andre Berto.
Okay. Very good being back in New York. I love the city. Started my career here in New York, and like I said, I love it. But we've already been having a tremendous camp. I feel good, I feel tremendous. A lot of speed, a lot of power, explosiveness. It's all just coming pretty quickly. So I'm looking forward to finishing off camp. Really good. So then I want to thank my whole team. Team Berto, David Bella. I want to thank Golden Boy, David. I want to thank Team Ortiz for coming up here taking up this challenge. Like I said, we're looking forward to a big year. Victor Ortiz, he stepped up to the plate. He's a young, exciting fighter. He can punch, he has speed. But then again, just like he said, everybody, pretty much see me grow, in front of the cameras, in front of HBO. They see me with the adversity. They see the way I handled it. And Victor Ortiz, he's like I said, he's a tremendous fighter. But then again, they see the way he had his first bit of adversity. You see the way he handled it, and he needs to understand that he's going to be in there with a whole different type of breed of fighter. When it comes to 16, I hit harder. I'm a lot faster, a lot more smarter than Marcus Maidana. So I'm looking forward to the fight. It's going to be exciting. Please don't miss it. It's just going to be the start of a wonderful year. And like I said, I'm looking forward to it. So everybody continue to come out, continue to support. It's going to be a good time. Appreciate it.